And welcome back to another edition of Tobs Talk. Matt Mika here. The Tobs are 28-24, but they have been eliminated from the playoffs. The playoff seeds include Edenton, Peninsula, Wilmington, and Fayetteville. The Fayetteville Swamp Dogs will be coming to historic Fleming Stadium tonight in a doubleheader matchup against the Tobs. And then the other night, the Tobs hosted the Petersburg Generals, and the Tobs beat them 5-3, as Luke Lowry was the hero in that game, hitting a grand slam to take the lead. Now, joining me on today's episode will be Coach Austin Love to break down tonight's matchup, as well as TJ Fussell and Luke Lowry discuss their college careers and their future and their experience playing with the Tobs. Now, me and Riley Corcoran will discuss the past year as well as tonight's matchup. This is all coming up on Tobs Talk on Greenlight. And welcome back to Tobs Talk. Me and Coach Austin Love to talk about the last game as well as tonight's matchup. Now, you guys beat Petersburg in a big game, 5-3. It was kind of dead for a couple innings, and then Luke Lowry with a big home run. How has the atmosphere changed? How fun was that?
You know, pretty much in baseball, they say you're only as good as your next day starter. And Julio Valdez is usually pretty good for us, but he just struggled command-wise, almost to the point where I thought he was possibly injured, but he's not injured or anything. So, you know, that kind of set the tone for the energy just being way, way down. Michael Wells went out there and he tried to compete, but he struggled. And, you know, we were just trying to get that first run, you know, across the plate. And we finally did. And, you know, Luke all year has found ways in big spots, especially at home, to, you know, uplift us and give us the big hit. And it completely turned everything around. And I had mentioned to Matt Rimbalak, who was on third base, there was a pitch in that at-bat where Luke swung and missed and was kind of late, and I kind of felt like that was him kind of timing up the pitcher and actually letting the ball travel as opposed to trying to hit the ball so far out in front. And I told Matt, I said, watch, he's about to hit a double here, and Petersburg generally plays a pretty shallow field in the outfield, so we'll take the grand slam over the double any day, but it completely changed the whole atmosphere, and guys were back into it and having a little fun.
Right, absolutely. Now, diving into that appearance from Luke Lowry, you know, it seemed from the press back that he swung at a curveball that was out of the zone. How impressive has it been to watch him and his athleticism this year?
You know, as far as his athleticism, the most impressive thing was the bunt he laid down the other day.
Right.
You know, he is a big man, but he runs pretty well for his size. You know, catching-wise, he does everything you know, catchers need to do. He throws extremely well. He's a good guy to throw to, has a big target with his glove. You know, he's got tremendous upside. And you know, I joked with him and his father that if he would just be a two-strike hitter all the time and just try to find the barrel, when he really just tries to make contact, he has so much power and strength that the ball travels.
Yeah. Luke Lowry, a huge spot for the Tobs as, you know, his career will develop, you know, hopefully into a pro career. Now, let's get into tonight. We have TJ Fussell and Jill Fry on the mound. What do they have to do against Fayetteville tonight?
Well, just more of the same. More of the same. You know, TJ, watching him throw last week in his first official start for us, you know, was very, very impressive. You know, I expect him to do the same thing he did last week. He throws 3 pitches for strikes. Has a good fastball, and it comes easy to him. You know, he's got good secondary stuff, and he's not afraid to pitch on both sides of the plate. In a 7-inning game, I think both these guys are going to be pretty dynamite, so I expect them to, you know, pitch pretty well and give us a chance to, you know, just score some runs and just play good defense behind them. And they generally don't walk a lot of guys, you know, so both of them, I want to say, have at least a 2-to-1 ratio, you know, strikeouts to walks. You know, which is comforting because if they do walk a guy, they can get the punch out with their fastball and their breaking ball. So, you know, hopefully they'll just fill up the zone and we'll attack them offensively and you know, really finish up strong here on the last day.
Yep. Now finishing up strong on the last day, having fun at the same time. We've had a lot of fun. Me and you've had a lot of fun. Us, Riley Corcoran, have a lot of fun. What was your favorite moment of the year?
Man, I really do not know. We've had so much fun. You know, just dugout-wise and, you know, great plays as far as Nick Rigner throwing out Garrett Brooks at, you know, Peninsula or Seth Neely hitting a home run or Luke Lowry hitting a home run or, you know, watching Nick Rigner's hot finish here. You know, Ridge's 5 for 6 game. You know, Joe Burney's 5 for 6 game. There's just so many moments. You know, my biggest thing and the greatest moment is going to be, you know, hugging these guys' necks and you know, watching their careers go on. I think we have several players on our club that are going to get a shot to play pro ball and have an opportunity to advance as long as they continue to develop. And you know, it's been so much fun all around from the first day we were here with the press conference and hiring TC Calhoun and Jamie Serber and meeting you and Riley and working with Thomas and Greg and Robin and all the interns, Ethan and Jeremiah. It's just been awesome, and I couldn't have asked for a better situation, a better team, and a better staff to work with.
Yeah, so on behalf of me, Riley, thank you so much for joining us on Tobs Talk every single home game. It's been fun. Me and TJ Fussell will discuss his career next on Tobs Talk. And welcome back to Tobs Talk. Me and TJ Fussell to discuss his career going to Western Carolina and his experience playing with the Tobs. Now first, you haven't been here that long. How has the experience playing with the Tobs so far?
It's been a great experience. Everybody on the team has, treated me pretty good. Like I've been here all summer, pretty much. And Coach Love has been great. All the coaching staff. It's been a pretty fun summer so far.
Nice. And now again, having fun as usual. Now taking the skills from this summer, going to college. What are you going to take away? What do you want to develop going into your college career?
Just better my command. Work on keeping the ball low, throwing the batters. And pitching in this league, the quality of this league is going to help that out. So,
yeah. Now you're starting tonight. What's your approach on the mound tonight against Fayetteville?
Just keeping the ball low, getting my team involved. Make sure that we do the little things. So,
all right. Now you have a successful career so far. You're a hard throwing righty. Take us through your career going into Western Carolina.
Out of high school, I was maybe 82 to 83. Going into Montreat College, and I gained about 30 pounds my freshman year, and then that's when I developed some velo on my fastball. And then was there for 5 years. My junior year at Montreat, I tore my elbow and had to have Tommy John surgery. And so then I took a year off, and I've got some eligibility left, and I'll be going to Western Carolina in the fall, to play there.
Right. TJ Fussell, a huge bright spot for the Tobs and a career that we will all look forward to watching. Now we'll talk to Luke Lowry next on Tobs Talk. Welcome back to Tobs Talk. Me and Luke Lowry here to discuss his approach at the plate and his career going at ECU. Slugging .509 and .308 on base percentage. Now Luke, you had a big home run against Petersburg. Take us through that at bat.
I came up there with bases loaded, 2 outs, and the guy had been feeding me sliders all day, so I just tried to go up there and just try to see one of those. He threw one about 50 feet in the dirt, and I took a hack at it, and then he came back and hung one up, so got barrel and ball and went out. So. Right.
Now you hit a lot of bombs during BP. We all are very impressed. You're actually, on Instagram, you have the caption "Bomb Squad King." So the leader of the Bomb Squad. Take us through at your at-bats when you go up to the plate. What do you want to do?
Definitely, I want to put the ball in the gap somewhere. That's my biggest tool is power. Yeah. Hitting the ball in the gaps with doubles, home runs, and stuff like that. So I always try to find a ball in my zone and take advantage of it every time. So that's just what I do. Whether it's a fastball, curveball, if it's in my zone, I'm taking a hack at it.
Now, Corey Dunbar from UNC has come on the team, and you two have a very special relationship. Discuss your relationship with Dunbar, with the Tobs.
Definitely with Corey, it's fun to be around him because we're about the same size, same strength. We have a lot of the same tools and stuff like that, and a lot of the guys that are his friends on UNC, I play with in Showcase and stuff like that. Yeah. So we got a lot of the same relationships with those guys, and just being around him, it's fun. It helps you get better because it's always a nice little competitive against each other, game to game, and I just have a blast hanging around that guy. He's just a great guy to be around. He's definitely gonna be one of those guys that's in pro ball, and hopefully I can keep in touch with him through that. So,
yep. Luke Lowry and Corey Dunbar probably, we all hope, make pro careers. Now you're one of the goofballs on the team. Always loving having fun with the Tobs. Discuss your relationship with the teammates. What are you going to take away from this experience?
Definitely this is one of the tightest knit group of guys I've ever been around, and I've had a blast this entire year just being around with the guys. And I'll definitely keep in touch with a lot of these guys, and taking away just having a blast all summer. Whether we win or lose on the bus rides and stuff, we just have a blast playing Mafia or anything like that. And Tobs Twerk team, it's just been a blast all year round. And hopefully I get to play with some of these guys in summer ball again next year, or just keep in touch with them through my life. So I've made a lot of good friends here.
Yep. Now team chemistry has been huge for the Tobs. What is your favorite moment of the year so far?
Hopefully this doesn't come off wrong, but my July 4th home run against Petersburg, it was a blast. I got all of it, and it was fun to play in front of 3,500 people. Right. and hit that home run, fireworks at the end of the game. It was just a great day, and my parents were there to see it. So it was all around. Couldn't have been any better than that.
Right, Luke Lowry, ECU, a huge bright spot for the Tobs as well as his career, and we all look forward to his career going to the next level. Thank you for joining us on the show. Me and Riley Corcoran will wrap up the show next. This is Tobs Talk on Greenlight. And welcome back to Tobs Talk. Me and Riley Corcoran to discuss last game as well as tonight's matchup. Now let's break down the Petersburg game. They won 5-3, but for the first couple innings, it was kind of dead. It was kind of quiet in Fleming Stadium. What do you see from Julio in his struggles?
Well, nothing was going right for Julio Valdez. His first 25 pitches, he threw 20 balls on only 5 pitches. Found the strike zone. He was battling himself more than anything. We've seen that a couple starts with Julio, primarily in the first couple of starts. So to see it come back, not really a good sign. Doesn't really want to damper what he did all year long because it was a good summer, productive summer for Julio Valdez. I think what gets lost in the mix, Matt, was Michael Wells. Michael Wells being able to keep this team in the game. He went 4 2/3, allowed just 1 hit, no runs, and at least, I guess, kept the deficit manageable for the Tobs to try and mount the comeback that they eventually had. But yeah, Julio Valdez, it was just tough to see because it became more mental, and it's just tough. We were up in the press box seeing it 6 walks in 2 innings. Never like to see that. But Michael Wells, give him a lot of credit.
Right. Now shift over to when the game automatically changed. The atmosphere changed automatically when Luke Lowry hit that home run. What do you see from his appearance at bat and the crowd going nuts? Well, how was that experience?
Well, it was a pretty cool experience to see. But with Luke Lowry, I'm not really surprised anymore what he can do because he single-handedly reached for a pitch and he hit it out of the yard. And like you just talked about, I mean, it was pretty impressive to see the approach that he had at the plate, but he's just so strong, and he puts on a show in batting practice. He definitely is a pro prospect. I mean, I know he'll be humble about it, but we'll probably see him someday at least try and make his way through the minor leagues, hopefully the major leagues. But so much power is cool to be a part of because there were playoff implications at the time. The Tobs, and I think that's a lot of it with Julio Valdez at the beginning, they're playing a little tight because they knew they had to win that contest, but once Luke Lowry hit that home run, it was that playoff atmosphere where the Tobs, got in front, but unfortunately Fayetteville, of course, won and knocked them out.
Right. Now, the Tobs did not make the playoffs. Like you mentioned before, they needed to win, which they did, but Fayetteville also won. So we were up there, talking about going through the scores and stuff like that, and we wanted to see the Tobs win, have Fayetteville earn the last spot. Now, not making the playoffs, how do the Tobs adjust, and how do what was their motivation for tonight?
Well, just to end on a high note. I mean, everybody wants to leave that good taste in your mouth when you're done, and right now the Tobs are currently on their longest winning streak of the year. 4 games that at least they matched it from the beginning of the season. It's just interesting how it went for Wilson, how they won the first 4 games, and it's been back and forth kind of throughout the middle of it. Never had longer than a 4-game losing streak, and now winning 4 in a row, trying to propel themselves. I think more than anything, Fayetteville, obviously they're a little bit angry because of the whole situation of the game not being made up, and we can go into the logistics of that all we want, but a little bit of extra motivation there. Fayetteville needs to win 1 game to be the number 3 seed. If not, they'll be the 4 seed. So sure, they do not want to play Edenton. I do not know who would want to at this point. So Fayetteville has some motivation, but for Wilson, just more of ending on a high note and trying to get the better of their rivals as we close out the season.
Right now, on the mound tonight is Dylan Fry and TJ Fussell. What do you expect from them tonight?
Well, power pitchers, a lot of strikeouts, filling up the zone and throwing very hard. I'd like to see a radar gun, I think, throughout the course of the 2 games because with how hard that they throw, TJ Fussell, I mean, he threw against Fayetteville, but it was about 8 pitches. So the Swamp Dogs really do not know what he has, but a pro prospect in his own right. Dylan Fry the same way at NC State the last couple of years, but his performance against Edenton, I still won't forget it. That 12-inning game the Tobs ended up losing. He went 5 1/3 and didn't give up a hit to the best hitting team in the Coastal Plain League. So very good pitching. That's why the Tobs just wanted to give themselves a chance coming in today, at least if the playoffs are concerned. If they could win 2 games today, which I think they have a pretty good chance of doing so with those guys on the mound, at least put themselves in a good position.
Right now, we're wrapping up the season. The Tobs are 28-24. They did not make the playoffs. Now, thank you so much for everything. What is your favorite moment so far this year?
I think the favorite moment for me, just because of the crowd, the electric atmosphere, everything, then how the game presented itself. I don't mean to go off what Luke Lowry just said, but that home run that he hit against Petersburg on the 4th of July was just a special moment, just because it was in front of a big crowd, electric atmosphere, and then again, the game, and he hit that home run to give the Tobs the lead, propel them to victory. lot of good throughout the year. I mean, Ridge Gonsolin, 5 hits in a game. That Martinsville game was pretty fun to watch, be a part of. 23 runs in a contest. Haven't seen that for quite some time. Good pitching performances like a John Valk III, a 2-hitter against Petersburg. Well, we could go down the line, but just as far as the whole moment and everything together, I would have to say Luke Lowry's on the 4th of July. That home run he hit to help give the Tobs win was pretty cool.
Right. Now, I have to say thank you so much for everything, being my mentor on the show. It's been so much fun coming into Greenlight Studios and, recording Tobs Talk. Any last words, on your behalf?
Well, absolutely. Thanks, Matt. First, I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody within the Tobs organization this year. It's been a great season. Thomas Webb, of course, our general manager, Greg Swear, our owner, as well as Robin Hooser in the office, and then, of course, all the interns. And we go down the line with everybody between Jeremiah, Ethan, Adelaide, Andrea, Mike Bell. I mean, it's just great. There's so many people that help make the Tobs a great organization all the way down the line. Of course, all the people here at Greenlight, really our highlight of the day, coming here to do Tobs Talk. Dave Bumgardner, Jerry Stansel, and everyone else that was involved with Tobs Talk throughout the year. So it's been a special season all the way down the line. The Tobs do finish over 500, so that was nice to see, and good to be part of it. Matt, again, thanks for all you've done all year. It's been great. It's been fun doing it, and I want to thank you for following the Wilson Tobs, and hopefully we'll see you all next year here on Tobs Talk.